All right, before we start today's episode, if you're watching this episode, I would like to apologize in advance if my lips are distracting. I can't tell. I'm looking in the viewfinder. I think they're okay, but if they're really shiny and they're distracting, I apologize. I just have really luscious, juicy, wet lips, and take it up with God and my dermatologist, who is the reason that I have wet, juicy, luscious lips. I had really bad acne when I was a teenager, and I saw a dermatologist, and he prescribed me Accutane. This drug you're supposed to take for like 3 to 6 months, but he had me and my brother on it for years. Like 3 years straight, just feeding us, shoving Accutane down our throats. That's how we took it. We went to his office every day, and he shoved it down our throats. Anyway, Accutane dries out your skin. That's how it gets rid of the acne. It shrinks your pores and dries everything out. And it's supposed to be a temporary thing. Both taking the pill, and the side effects. It's supposed to clear up your acne, and you're great. I mean, it'll come back every now and then, but as you're going through puberty, it's easier. It makes everything a little less tough. But for my brother and I, he kept us on it for three years straight, and the side effects are still happening to this day. And it dried out our lips really bad. Our skin, our hair thinned and fell out. That's a side effect, and it's supposed to go away. A lot of people, like my sister, was on it, and her hair kind of thinned out, but now she's fine. But for us, we were I don't know if we were like guinea pigs or what, but what he did, I feel like, is malpractice, because you're not supposed to do that. And there's a thing that we started, like, I think the last year. It was called I Pledge, and we basically had to sign this contract and pledge that we weren't gonna do anything bad to ourselves or others, because it could mess with your brain. And we had to sign that, and we had to have blood tests done and all this stuff. I don't know if it was because he got in trouble because he was giving Accutane out like candy or what, but all of a sudden we had this contract where it was like, oh, this is a serious drug, huh? Well, what about the previous 2 years? You seem to be okay with it. So that's my point. Is I always have chapstick on me, and I'm noticing it's really bad when I edit, because in every shot, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm talking and I got a chapstick in my hand, and halfway through every sentence I'm putting it on, and I can't be doing that anymore because it's not doing anything, I don't think. So I decided I'm gonna try something different. So I rubbed some Aquaphor on my lips for today's episode so that I don't have to keep applying this. And also, I don't think this stuff is good because it's Skittles chapstick. I don't think that's a recommended chapstick to use. And I think what it comes in a pack of like 30, and it's like all these candies, like, ooh, Starburst and Reese's and root beer flavored. And I think the point of it is that people are going to use it and it's going to taste good. Not that you're supposed to eat it. I do sometimes. But it's not going to last, and you keep going through it. And I apply so much of this shit, and then I go and, I have to buy more. So Aquaphor, you put on a little bit, and oh, it'll last. I use it for my tattoos, to heal up my tattoos, and my tattoos are healed within like 2 or 3 days. So if my lips are shiny, that's why. All right, so today's episode is going to be a short, sweet one. We're going to talk about, first, big news, good news, maybe, I don't know, could be bad. We are doing a Patreon. Yay. The reason I wanted to do this is because I have people that I'm probably going to get emotional talking about this too much. I get people that want to, like, give money for what I do. And that gets me. Especially because the apps that I use, they don't take care of creators. So I wanted to do a Patreon because people have, like I said, people are always asking me like, oh man, how do I support you? And I'm like, I don't know, just watch the video and have a giggle. But I've had people ask if I have a Patreon. I'm like, no, I don't. Should I? And I also want to do it because I want to, it's a way to interact with people. And that's more important for me. And so I wanted to go over that real quick. I have some fun stuff, I think. And that's the main point of this. I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be like, yeah, pay me $15 a month and I don't know, I'll do like a bonus episode once. I want it to be very interactive. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show it here on the old green screen, but we have I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not on YouTube. Am I promoting? Are you allowed to promote? I don't know. Don't sign up for my Patreon. Cahn Club. It's $5 a month, and you get a Cahn solo sticker. Little sticker. It's a circle. It's a sticker. It's the logo. It's our logo. I actually already had stickers made. I made 20 of them. So hopefully not more than 20 people sign up for this, because then I'll be a little stressed out and have to scramble to get more stickers. Cahn solo sticker. And then also I will send a happy birthday DM to you on Instagram whenever I want. Even if it's not your birthday, I'm just going to do it. So that's what you get. That's the Cahn Club. And then we have the Cahn Clique, which is you get all the other stuff, and it's $10 a month, and you get all the other stuff, and then we're going to send a 4x6 signed picture of us. We're going to take a little picture, and we're going to sign it. Right, Stu? Yeah, he says yeah. And then also, I kind of stopped doing this. I don't know why I did, but I liked doing it a lot. You get to choose the made up ad that I do. So any object or concept, I'll make up the ad for it. Hopefully I don't really get sponsored and then I have to do an ad, but in the meantime, you know, if you're like, yeah, I want you to do an ad for clothes, I'll do an ad for clothes. Next up, Cahn Crew. $15 a month. Everything included. And then you choose the advice topic at the end of the show, just before the cart return bit, because that's mine. You're not allowed to do that. You have to return your cart, but you're not allowed to make a joke about it. So that's the thing that you get. And then also there was an option that said voting, double the voting power, which I thought was fun. So if we have polls or suggestions for future episodes, your vote counts for 2 people. Yeah, aren't you special? And then Cahngregation. Get it? It's my last name. $20 a month. I will do a drawing of you. I'm going to spend, there's rules to this now. I will spend 10 minutes on it and I'll mail it to you, or I'll take a picture of it and email it to you if you don't want me to have your address, which I understand. So that's what that is. And then again, that includes everything else. And then I was talking to a couple of people and they said I should do a joke one. It's not really a joke. I guess a lot of people on Patreon do a like a really expensive one that they don't expect anyone to do, but there's crazy people out there. I did King Cahn, and that is everything else included. And then I just actually trimmed my beard, but I'm going to be growing it out again. With this one, I'm going to trim my facial hair however you want for an episode. So, what do you call it? Fu Manchu, handlebar, mutton chops, soul patch, whatever you want. Not this one, because we can't do that. Yeah, it's a Charlie Chaplin, but we're not gonna do that. So that's the Patreon. I'm gonna put a link down there, and if you want to support it, that's what you get. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make anyone feel excluded from anything. So if you sign up for this, that's you're getting little things. You're not gonna get like we're not doing bonus episodes, or first of all, that's gonna be way too much work, and I would burn myself out. And then also, I don't think that I don't like if people like doing that and like supporting people that have bonus episodes and everything. That's cool, but I don't want anyone to feel like, oh man, I didn't get to see a certain episode, or I don't understand this reference to another episode because I can't pay even, $1 a month. These things add up, because if you're supporting different people in your Netflix and HBO and everything, I get it. Anyway, that's Patreon. If you want to support, again, I appreciate it. And if you're just watching and you don't want a sticker, then fine. Am I the asshole? We're gonna do Am I the asshole, and then we're gonna call it a night. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to watch my favorite movies with me? Last weekend was my 28 male birthday. My girlfriend, 25 female, had asked what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to watch my favorite movie trilogy, Lord of the Rings, LOTR. I don't think my girlfriend was thrilled, but she didn't say anything and agreed. She has seen them before, and I don't think she really likes them very much, but she knows I love them, so she doesn't really say anything besides they aren't really her thing. But I really wanted to make a day of watching them, and I went over to her house because she has a really big, comfortable couch. About 10 minutes into the first movie, and I look over and she is browsing on her phone. I was a little miffed, but I didn't say anything. She basically scrolled through her phone the entire movie. When we started the second movie, she opened a bottle of wine and proceeded to drink the whole thing while still sitting on her phone. I was pretty irritated at this point because she wasn't even paying attention at all. The third movie started, and by then she had opened another bottle of wine and was asleep within the first 20 minutes. I was really mad at that point and just left and went home. A few hours later, I got a text asking where I went. I told her I was mad that she couldn't pay attention to my favorite movies on my birthday. She told me I was an asshole and to grow the hell up. I've texted her a couple of times, but she hasn't responded. Am I the asshole? Sorry, birthday boy. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. The Lord of the Rings movies are long, aren't they? I feel like they're long. Even if they're regular running time, like 90 to 2 hours, that's a lot of movie watching. And especially since she doesn't seem to care about the movies. I don't know why you would want to spend your birthday, you like the movies, but you know your girlfriend doesn't. So I don't know why you would want to. You're going to enjoy it. Sure, it's your birthday, but if you know somebody's not having a good time, I don't know why you'd want to subject them to this. And again, that's a lot of movie watching, especially for a movie that she doesn't care about. And she's seen them. She's seen them and doesn't like them. So I don't know why you put her through that. And then you went through all three. I would stop after the first movie. If I'm looking over and she's on her phone, I would be like, all right, this isn't a good vibe. Let's go miniature golfing or whatever. And again, I know it's your birthday and it's about you, but that's a hard thing to hide when you're not having a good time. And especially if it's just you two. If you're at a party and she's like, I don't really want to be at Disneyland or whatever, she can kind of fake that a little better. But if you're sitting on a couch and you're watching a movie and you don't like it and you have to watch 3 of them, yeah, you're the asshole. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. But I feel like leaving was also kind of a crappy move I get that I know you weren't having a good time and then she also fell asleep, but if it's your girlfriend and you're like hanging out and she falls asleep, that's a normal thing. Were you not gonna sleep over? I don't know. Maybe you had school the next day, maybe you had work or whatever, or I don't know how the situation is, but yeah, that's a bummer. I'm sorry that happened. I can't fault her though. I don't think having somebody doing anything that they don't like is, I don't know why you would expect her to enjoy herself. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna scroll down, see if I'm right. She's seen them before and she didn't like them, yet she agreed to be there with you while you watch them on your birthday without complaint. Why does it matter if she's paying attention? What do you gain from all of that except the validation of forcing someone to pay attention to something you like? Yeah, I agree with that. For you to be worried about her watching is also kind of a strange thing. It's not like it's a new movie, and you know how when somebody's watching a new movie with you and you're kind of like looking over, I mean they haven't seen it, but you're like, oh, do they like this part? This movie she's already seen. She knows what happens in the Lord of the Rings, and Smeagol eats Samwise, Dumbledore. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I pretended. Whatever happens in the movie, I'm sure she's seen it and she knows, and you're the asshole, buddy. Happy birthday. Mine is, you know what? Maybe I'll watch The Lord of the Rings on my birthday. Sorry if you like Lord of the Rings. I'm sure it's a great movie. Actually, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I should do that. I'm not going to do anything else on my birthday. Maybe I'll do that. I'm probably not. Am I the asshole for... Oh, this one? All right, this one I picked because I saw the NSFW. Oh, not safe for work. Uh-oh, juicy. Juicy. Am I the asshole for... What is happening? Oh, my mouse is upside down. You idiot. Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? Hi, everyone. I don't know why that was funny. Hi, everyone. I'm in a tough spot right now, and I'm not sure if I'm the asshole or not. My girlfriend, 27 female, let's call her Sarah, and I, 26 male, have been together for 3 years. She's always been passionate about her job as a teacher and has worked really hard to build up her career. However, a few weeks ago, I accidentally stumbled upon some photos of Sarah on Instagram that I had never seen before. They were pictures of her in some very revealing clothing, and some of them were even nude. I was shocked and confronted her about it, and she told me that she used to be a lingerie model before becoming a teacher. She said she stopped doing it because she didn't want it to affect her career, and she thought I knew about it already. I didn't know how to react at first, but eventually I told a few of my friends about it. One of my friends is a gossip and ended up telling someone who works at the school where Sarah teaches. Long story short, the photos somehow got into the hands of the school board and Sarah was fired for unprofessional behavior. Sarah is devastated and blames me for ruining her career. She says that I should have kept my mouth shut and that I betrayed her trust. I feel terrible about what happened, but I didn't know that it would lead to this. Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? What do you think, Buckaroo? Do you think you're an asshole for that? I do. What do you think, Stu? Do you think he's an asshole? Oh, Stu thinks so too. Yeah, you're an asshole. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Your girlfriend is passionate about her job as a teacher. She's worked really hard to build up her career. You found some... You can put your hand down. You found some naughty pictures of her that she didn't want you to talk about. And so you told some friends, one of whom you knew is a gossip. And then what happened? She got fired. You're the gossip. You're the one that did this. This was all your fault. You ruined her career. Yes, you did. And you're an asshole. Poor Sarah. This guy sucks and his friends suck. Like, if my friend told me his wife, like, if he was like, oh, look at what, we'll say Sarah again. Look at these pictures of her. Like, she used to do this. I'd be like, okay, cool. She's, she's a teacher now. All right. Like, I don't know why I would feel the need to go tell other people. It's just weird, especially telling somebody who works at the school that she teaches. That's essentially like that's her workplace. Why do you need to do that? Fuck all these people except Sarah. You seem really, really nice. I hope that you split up with this guy, and I hope that you are, when was this? Oh, wait a minute. However, a few weeks ago. All right, so it's probably still upsetting you. So, Sarah, keep your head up and break up with this guy if you haven't already. This is the reddest of flags, and you deserve so much better. And I hope that you are doing something good right now. And if you don't, thank God the camera shut off. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Sarah, if you're watching, I hope that you're taking care of yourself. Go on a nice little vacation away from this guy and enjoy yourself. And I hope that you're not too stressed out about this, and that you can get back into teaching, because I bet you're a great teacher, and this is stupid. It's all stupid. I bet these are really nice pictures, and I don't see the problem. I don't understand what the problem is. If I'm on the school board, I don't know why this is unprofessional behavior that you're a model. Anyway, on to the next one. Am I the asshole for agreeing to buy a house with my sister without telling my husband first? My sister asked me if I wanted to buy a house together, as she wants to own a property before marrying her fiancé. It's something we discussed often after we graduated, and I still think it's a good idea for us to buy something together for multiple reasons, so I said yes. We looked at a few properties online just to get an idea about what we both liked, but we haven't done anything else to actually buy a house besides discussing it. Her fiancé found out and he was angry about it, so he called my husband and completely exaggerated this entire situation. I was going to tell my husband myself eventually, but he's upset with me because he had to find out from somebody else. We keep fighting over it, even though I don't think this is something worth fighting about, as I was always going to tell him before we got serious about buying anything, and he's the one who always says it would be good for me to have my own assets. Am I the asshole? Yes, and here's why. It's that husband word in the title. That's why. It's your husband. If this said anything else, if this was boyfriend or whatever you want to call this person that you're with, it would be okay. This is your husband. This is your spouse. You talk to your spouse about buying a property. I shouldn't have to say that. That's what you do. This isn't a mattress, all right? You're buying a house. You're buying a property. And to be discussing it, you didn't do it, I get that, but to be discussing it and it sounds like you were getting serious with it, that makes you an asshole for not including your husband at all. And that makes your sister an asshole too, even though it's her fiance and they're not tied together yet. But I'd be angry if my fiance was making those kinds of decisions without me. You're both assholes. You're inconsiderate. That's all. And dare I say irresponsible? Could be irresponsible. I feel like that's an irresponsible thing to do, to not include the person that I don't know the financial situation here, what's going on, but to be talking about buying something that husband and future husband are eventually going to A, find out about, and B, highly likely need to be involved with. Because I don't know how this works, buying a property, as I'll probably never own a home, but I imagine you need to have, like, there's some kind of like legal thing where it's like, well, what happens if I die? Who's going to be responsible for the house? And that would probably be my husband. I guess she could put her sister or something, but I don't know if she would. Yeah, you're the asshole. Strange thing to to not have your spouse involved in. Looking at the verdict here. Yeah, you're the asshole. That is a major purchase that is going to affect him, not just you. If you said boyfriend, I'd say you were not, but you said husband, and that means yes. That's exactly what I said. I don't understand why you wouldn't want your husband to be included in this anyway. This sounds like it would be a fun little thing. Like, I don't know how big the property is, but you know, if they want to buy a little house, that even if in the end it's like, hey, I want to buy a house with my sister so that we can go there and have a little sister beach house where we go there and we do little sister things and have fun and get away. I imagine husband might be like, that's cool, great. Yeah, let's talk about that. But instead, he has to find out like, oh, you were just planning this without me, huh? Cool, awesome, great. I hope this Aquaphor isn't doing something in my nose. My nose is like really, really itchy. Am I the asshole for telling my brother that he didn't need to share that his wife was in labor in my wedding? My wedding was days ago. My brother attended, but his wife didn't. She was nearing her due date to give birth and she didn't come. The wedding was going well, till my brother received a call from his mother-in-law telling me that sister-in-law, I'm getting good at this Reddit shit, that his sister-in-law was in labor. He told me he was leaving and my wife and I were fine with that, but the issue began after he had told one of the guests that sister-in-law was in labor. Word spread out and suddenly everybody was talking about it, which disrupted the event. Even my parents started calling and there was a huge fuss, which frankly was unnecessary if my brother just left in silence or made up some excuse. I contacted him later and expressed my grief and frustration with what he did. I told him how the news of his wife being in labor disrupted the wedding and caused my wife to feel like her day was ruined. He lashed out, asking how any of that was his fault. I explained how he should have just left or made up some excuse to leave, but he said he didn't mean any harm and that he was in a hurry and worried at the time. He said it wasn't like he announced it and told me I disrespected him by arguing with him about it. We had a big argument and our parents sided with him and told me to get over myself and are now expecting me to apologize. I'm failing to understand you're the asshole, by the way. I'm failing to understand what the brother should have said to the other guests when he was leaving. That's your brother. And he's leaving the wedding. What's he gonna say? Oh, I gotta get going. I got something to do that's more important than my brother's wedding. I gotta go. He was probably excited and didn't think it was a problem, so he's probably like grabbing his coat or whatever and is like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, my wife is going into labor. I'm gonna be a dad. And that's extremely normal to do. I can understand if this was a friend or just a guest or something, but this is your sibling. He was probably, I'm hoping he was in the wedding, and he's about to, like I said, he's about to be a dad, and he needs to go be with his wife. Oh man, congratulations, brother. This is great news. Drive safe. Give sister-in-law my love. Let me know how everything goes. That's what I would say to my sibling. I wouldn't be like, yeah, fucking dip out of here, dude. Like, don't tell anybody what's happening. It's my wedding. Sheila's going to be so distraught that her day is ruined by her sister-in-law giving birth. Ugh. Shut the fuck up. Go. What a weirdo. I don't know why the wife was upset. How could you call that? How could you consider your day ruined by this? Baby is the asshole. Baby's the asshole for doing this. Baby ruined everything. Baby should have waited. Fuck you, baby. I love that this guy was mad about his parents calling people and making a huge fuss. Like, your brother is their kid too. They're gonna be excited for their child having a child. Like, why would the parents be like, hey, David, go fuck off. Go to the hospital. Have your baby. It's Donald's day, okay? Let's not make this about you and your baby. We're at a wedding right now, okay? Let's just keep it about that. Fuck off. Yeah, man. Weird thing to be upset about with the sibling. And like I said, if this was just a guest and the guest got up and was like, "Hey, my wife's having a baby," and, did cartwheels out the door, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. But this is, it doesn't sound like the brother even did that. It sounds like he got up and told some guests, like, yeah, I got a jet. I'm having a kid. Like, why wouldn't he be excited about that and want to be talking to people? Especially, they're probably family members that were with him. Like, hey, Uncle Mike, I'm gonna be a dad. Congratulations. He's leaving because this is such a normal interaction and a loving interaction. I don't know why your wife felt like her day was ruined and like, what the fuck is this, man? This is so strange. I don't see how a baby is is stealing the thunder of this couple. It's not like the brother proposed to his fiancée at the wedding or did anything to like, hey, look at me. This was something that I don't think that they could control when this baby was going to happen. And if anything, this is a cool date to remember. Like, oh yeah, little Eric was born on Uncle Steve's anniversary. Cool. What a fun little thing. What a fun little story. All right, let's see. They said the same thing. The baby is obviously at fault here. Selfish jerk couldn't wait until after the wedding to be born. Yeah, fuck you, baby. When you can read and you watch this video, fuck you. Look what you did. All right, these are all... You gotta love Reddit. They'll milk a joke. I've been scrolling for a long time and it's still baby, baby, baby. This was the baby's plan all along. All right, let's see. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. What happened to your brother was completely out of his control, significant and scary. To ask him to conceal that in the moment because it stole focus from you is utterly narcissistic. I agree. Very much so. I can't believe that this guy, his own brother. Why would you not be super excited? I'd probably, if that was my brother, I swear to God, I would get up, I would get on the microphone and announce it to everybody. I think that would be so fun. I'd be like, oh, Ben is running out the door. Everybody wish Ben good luck. He's about to be a father. Oh, it'd be a fun time. Why would you want him to sneak off like a little rat and not tell anybody? God, I wish he just left in silence or made up an excuse why he was leaving. Like, what would the excuse be? What would the excuse be? Oh yeah, I gotta, like, there's no reason that he would be leaving a wedding other than a medical emergency, like giving birth. Asshole. Were these all assholes today? I feel like all four of them were. I can't remember. All right, that'll do it for us today. I think next week I started a Google Doc last night, but I don't think I'm going to have it done by tomorrow. I wanted next week's episode to be an interactive one. So I think I'm going to put that link or whatever in my Instagram story or something. So if you follow me there and you want to see it and you want to interact with next week's episode, that's what we're going to be doing. If you do the Patreon thing, thank you very much. If you don't, also thank you very much. Just watching and listening that's support enough. But if you're able to do this, make sure that you're able to do this. I don't want, if you're someone that has to think about this, don't do it. I don't want anybody struggling over anything. I think this is now the third episode in a row where the camera decided, hey, I'm going to shut off while Sam is doing his closing statements. I don't remember what I was saying. Patreon, if you support me on Patreon or you don't, however you support me, if you don't support me, thank you anyway. And yeah, we're going to see you next week. Stu, did you have anything you wanted to add? We talked about this last night. 50-50 split. Whatever we get, right down the middle. You get half, I get half. That's how it's always going to be. All right. Shut up. All right. If you see somebody walking into any establishment and you're ahead of them and you can hold the door open for them, hold the door open for them. It's a nice gesture. It'll make their day. And if you go shopping, you get some groceries, go out to the car, you use a cart. That's right. You put it back. You put it back in the cart return because that's where the carts go. I don't know where else you would put them. And yeah, we'll see you next week. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be my birthday, so maybe we'll get a cake. You want to get a cake, Stu? It's gonna be a really depressing one, isn't it? All right. See you next week.